Okay, shalom, shalom. Kwam Yasha'Allah. Koholoyim La, Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Rakahakodash. Double honors to our apostles and elders, a great millstone who rule well, and thereby the Spirit taught us this beautiful truth. Just want to say the water to all the H.I.M and Akwap that's out here sincerely keeping the laws, the statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai to the best of their ability. This is Yachanan the Waf, just coming at you with another quick lesson, praying that it's edifying by the Spirit. And wanted to touch on this article with Cardi B. And she's, basically going off into, she says, I'm tired of being called Mexican. You're not gonna erase my nationality. So she's fighting hard for a byword that she's not even, it has nothing to do with her. These names, Mexicans, Cubans, Latinos, Puerto Rican, Haitian, Jamaican, all these different, those are bywords that were given to you by your conqueror, which is the so-called white man. One thing about all these people, they are Israelites, first off. They come from Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, which is Jacob's name was changed to Israel, or Yasha'Allah in the Hebrew tongue. His name was changed to Israel, and he had those 12 sons. Those 12 sons are the patriarchs of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel. So all of these people that's being named off, they come from one of those 12 sons. So they're all Israelites. So basically, she's fighting to be called, something that she's not, and going against something that her own people are not as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are her people. We're all the same people. But see, what Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, does is he got what he calls divide and conquer. He gave you all different names. He gave you all different flags. And as generation to generation goes on, you're proud with your fist up and you fight hard for the very conquering names that they gave you. They're not telling you that you're really Israelites. See, we're living in these last days, and these stumbling blocks are starting to be overturned. We have to, do little simple lessons like this so our people will know, you know what I'm saying, that, hey, you were conquered by a people that divided you. That's Esau's main MO, man. That's how he gets down. That's how he conquered the world. He put the South Koreans against the North Koreans. He put the Japanese against the Chinese. He put the Chinese against the Taiwanese. Hell, even right now, he got his own people against his own people. The Russians against the Ukrainians. All of them are Edomites. The so-called white people here in America, they're Edomites. All those NATO nations, EU nations, those are Edomites. Russians, no different than the so-called white man here. And the so-called white man here is no different than an Israeli over in Israel. They're all so-called white people. They're Edomites. So we have to know our biblical nationality. So let's get what she said here.
Language, we have different dialects. We don't eat the same food. We don't eat the same nothing. Call a Nigerian Ghanian. Call a Haitian Jamaican. Call a Jamaican a Haitian. Call Guyanese a Trini. And you tell me how they gonna feel. You tell me how they gonna feel. And not only do y'all and stop playing with me, because y'all know that I'm not Mexican. And y'all do that to irritate me. And not only do y'all don't call me a Mexican, y'all call me a dirty Mexican. So of course I'm gonna defend myself every single time you guys do it. You're not gonna keep erasing my nationalities. You're not gonna keep erasing how I am. And first of all, I never in my life growing up did I ever heard anybody call me a Mexican. So it's like, how when I was coming up, y'all wasn't calling me that, but now y'all do call me that. So it's like, yeah, I'm gonna say something about it, because it's like, that's not my nationality. That's not what I am. Respect my like, yeah, everybody wants to get their respected. Stop doing that. I wish I was Mexican, so I could have the cartel chop y'all fingers off whenever I want to. Honey, if I was Mexican, you know the poor will having in Jalisco, honey. You must be chopped up in a river. Y'all lucky I ain't Mexican. Yeah, come on out, yeah. Put me the cowboy hat right now. Put me the cowboy hat right now. Come on out, Put it again. Compa, que le parece Zamora. Yeah, compa, que le parece Zamora. Compa, que le parece Zamora. Compa, que le parece Zamora. Hey, baby. Compa, que le parece Zamora.
Okay, so you get it. You see? but they speak the same language. Why do you speak the same language? Because you were conquered by the same people, man. You see? So when it comes to this shit, it's really very silly. But let's get I pulled up the 12 tribes chart too. And I noticed that, they selling these shits on Amazon, eBay, and all that. So, and you know what? These probably some damn Edomites that's selling it. Something that they didn't even come up with like normal. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so let's get the 12 tribes chart here. And what you can see here, right? You got Judah. We're all the same people. Judah, American blacks. Benjamin, West Indian blacks. Levi, Haitians. Ephraim, Puerto Ricans. Manasseh, Cubans. Simeon, Dominicans. Zebulon, Guatemala to Panama, Mayans. Gad, Native American Indians. Reuben, Seminole Indians. Asher, Colombia to Uruguay, Incas. Issachar, Mexicans, right? Naphtali, Argentina, and Chile. Same people, bro. We are the same people. We all come from one of these sons, man. We all come from one of the 12 sons of Israel. And see, like I said again, let me get the divide and conquer that Esau does. This is something that the Lord hates too. See, you so-called white people, you're going to pay for. That's the reason why you're being divided right now. That's the reason why. One of the reasons you can't get along as a people, y'all fighting and scrapping against each other, whether it's NATO nations or, just globally or just within your nations in general. You can't get along because you've caused discord among brethren, and now that seed that you've sown is starting to come back to bite your ass. Now you're being divided. As a matter of fact, you know what? Let me get that first. Let's go to Matthew 12 and 25. This is how we know that you fuckers will not be in rulership much longer. Very soon. Matthew 12 and 25. And Yahushua knew their thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation. And every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. That's the reason why, as so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, so on and so forth, that's the reason why we the Lord done it prophetically. But it was mainly from the curses of Deuteronomy chapter 28. You niggas don't want to listen. So the Lord sent your enemy against you. What does your enemy do? He understands how to divide and conquer your ass. So he got your man against the woman against the man. He can't see the children. She got him on child support. All this other different shit. The light skin against the dark skin against the light skin, the short against the tall against the short. See, he understands you. He sits back and he studies you. You think they not happy about Cardi B on here talking this shit? They happy about that. Why? Because that's gonna, they want to keep you asleep. They want to rock your ass to sleep. See, a lot of people are waking up, but they do stuff like this to rock your ass to sleep. They don't have no problems with Cardi B going on there talking about how she's not Mexican. Y'all gonna respect my nationality? That shit is not no nationality. You, the so-called white man gave you that shit when they beat the shit out of you, colonized you, and gave you white Jesus. But see, they're starting to be divided now. Verse 26, it says, and if Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself. How shall then his kingdom stand? That's the reason why Jake can't come up, really. And again, it's from the curses, but a part of a curse is to divide your family, to divide you as a household, to divide you as a people. That's a real curse. The very people that's got you in captivity, you'll say hi, you'll kneel, bow to their asses, you'll kiss their shoes damn near when you see them. But when it comes to your own people, you giving them the evil eye. You cussing them out. You'll shoot at them. You motherfuckers out here doing drive-bys, all in the name of I'm a Mexican, or I'm a Latino, or I'm a Dominican, or I'm a, whatever gang they representing. In the meanwhile, the very motherfucker, he don't live that far away from you, 5-10 miles away in a gated community. You not going that way. You're not going to destroy his shit. You're not going to mess with him. And when you see these Edomites, they just be walking along invisible, defenseless as hell. They ain't worried about you. Why? Because they understand that you motherfuckers got the mentality of fucking each other up, but not them. See? So it's high time to awake out of sleep and to realize that you have enemies. These people are your enemies that gave you those names. And you need to stay away from them. Stop doing all the bullshit that they want you to do. That's why that scripture, Micah 2:10, says to come out of her. You got to get away from Esau, Edom's way of thinking. See, he got you thinking that you're all these different names. He gave you a flag to be proud of. He even gave you motherfuckers national anthems of your own to separate you from your very brothers that's right next door to you. See, that was a part of the divide and conquer stage. But see, this right here is what's happening to them now. Because they've sown that type of spirit amongst us, now they're starting to reap that themselves because they're not together. That's why you had the country here, red and blue states, ready to fucking civil war. Before they used to be together. They used to, have disagreements. But now they ready to get at each other's throat. And it's a beautiful thing. We pray for it. Y'all go ahead and get it popping. Says Galatians 6:7, be not deceived. Yahweh is not mocked, for whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. So the things that Esau, Edom, the so-called white man as a nation have sown, they're starting to reap. Let's get that Job 34:29. And I just found it interesting when I seen it. I'm like, yep. But these are perfect, back to the basic type of lessons that we have to do, because our people need, when they first wake up, they really have to know who they are. They really have to know that we are a people and we don't all look alike. And it's not just about, so-called Mexicans, and because see, a lot of the times we'll say the Israelites are so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. That's a short term for the general overall of the 12 tribes of Israel. Because what we will tell you is it's not a color thing. Because there are Israelites that look like so-called Chinese people, Japanese, Cambodians, Filipinos, even look like so-called white people, so on and so forth, because we've been scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. And the seed line goes through the man, and by our men having sex with the women of these other nations and having children with them, the sons are being born, having sex with the daughters of those nations, more sons being born. So as generation to generation goes on, color is lost, features are lost. You don't look the same, but you're still an Israelite. All of us got people in our family that look like the other nations, man. All of us got somebody in the family. Full well he's a Negro, but he can pass for a so-called white person. So you have to get out of that mindset. You got to get rid of all the shit that you've ever learned in America. It's really being reborn again for real. This is being born again. It's like if you watch the movie The Matrix, everything that motherfucker learned in that world, he had to relearn. He figured it out. Like, hey, everything that I ever lived was a lie. That's how you know you're living in a wicked kingdom. You're living in a kingdom of people that's not going to give you no truth. Why? Because the scripture says that the wicked are estranged from the womb. They come forth speaking lies. From the womb they come forth. These people are fucking liars, man. This is Job 34:29. It says, when he giveth quietness, who then can make trouble? And when he hideth his face, who then can behold him, whether it be done against a nation or against a man only? And that's what's happening right now. Esau is being punished as a nation, and it's only going to get worse for them. This is why we tell you, let me get this Micah 2:10 since I quoted it. This is why we tell you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, come out of this place, man, mentally, physically, not physically, but mentally and spiritually. You don't have to get on a plane and go nowhere. That's not what it's saying. But come out of this place with the mindset of this place. You got to totally detach yourself from being a westernized American, because the Lord is going to destroy anybody thinking that way. This is Micah 2:10. It says, arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest. Because it is polluted, it shall destroy you, even with the sword destruction. See, Cardi B, she's destroyed by thinking the shit that she's thinking. She got money. She can go travel places. She can do these things. She can show you her Birkin bags and all this other shit. But as you can clearly see in this video, really in reality, she's just a regular chick, man. You see? They put her in all that makeup. They give her those extravagant outfits and shit when she's on stage, and she's this icon. But you can clearly see in all these videos really that she be doing, she's just really a nigga. And she might say, well, I'm not a nigga. You're not gonna call my nationality. Hey, you a nigga too. That's that nigga mentality that all our people have, man. And the scriptures talks about our people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. See? So she's coming up well, not coming up against him. I get what she's trying to say as far as I'm not that, Now, if she was arguing that I'm from the tribe of such and such, and they're from the tribe of such and such, we're not from the same tribe, but we are brethren, that would be something different. We all have the same forefather, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. She's arguing over some shit that white people conquered and gave her ancestors, and she's fighting hard for it. But that comes from generation to generation to generational curses, man. And it's starting to happen to Esau. See, Esau, he's not getting away with this right here. Because see, like I said, this is what's happening to him right here. Proverbs 6, and let's start at verse 12. A naughty person, a wicked man, walketh with a froward mouth. Matter of fact, let's read it in the NLT. It says, what are worthless and wicked people like? They're constant liars. Damn. And that's what Esau does. He's constantly lying. He'll get on stage and present himself as this humble, righteous guy that's going to tell you the truth. Nothing can be wrong with him. You see these movies where they do that shit on stage, and then once they get to the back of the stage, they cussing everybody out and talking shit. That's Esau. Verse 13, it says, signaling their deceit with a wink of the eye, a nudge of the foot, or the wiggle of the fingers. Their perverted hearts plot evil, and they constantly stir up trouble. But they will be suddenly destroyed, broken in an instant beyond all hope of healing. This is what's about to happen to you damn Edomites, you so-called white people. Verse 16, there are 6 things the Lord hates. No, 7 things he detests. Haughty eyes, a lying tongue, hands that kill the innocent. This is the so-called white man. Heart that plots evil, feet that race to do wrong. He's always all over the world doing shit. A false witness who pours out lies, a person who sows discord in a family. And this, and I'm talking about as a whole, as a nation of Israel, we're a family. But what did he do? He put us all against each other. He divided us up, put us all against each other. And not only did he do that, he got all off into the household with the shit. He divided up the woman and the man, the children from the parents. So now, when you see this clown out here, and you can look at some place like Kensington Park, or all over America, where they walking around looking like damn zombies, sucking on a crack pipe, or shooting up some bullshit in their arm and looking silly as hell. That's all shit that they've sown in the earth, man, for themselves, man. So we don't feel sorry for them. We don't feel sorry for them. They're just reaping what they've sown as a people. And then you'll have a bunch of them say, well, hey, I had nothing to do with slavery. I had nothing to do with how your people turned out and this, and this. No, you do. You're benefiting off of it. You're living off the benefits of what your forefathers done even back then. But it's starting to crumble. It's starting to fall. It's starting to phase. So now what's coming to the forefront real big is the children of Israel, man, and who we are. The so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans. Again, hey, you can get one of these charts, but I don't get why somebody would go in here and buy one when you can get the chart. Now you can go to a FedEx office spot or something like that, or Kinko's or whatever they call them in your area. You can get one of these motherfuckers printed out big as hell. Because nobody own no rights to this, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I already know this is probably Esau selling these bitches on Amazon. $35.72. See? And this one right here is some bullshit right here, though. This one right here is some straight bullshit. Come on, bro. I ain't gonna even get off into that. See, you have to be careful of Esau, man. Esau is a cunning hunter. That motherfucker, he knows how to hunt, man. And you think that he's the lesser of the people on the planet, because he is. He get to talking to you like he's the majority, when in reality, he's the fucking minority. Because if all 12 tribes come together, guess what? We outnumber them. Why you think they have all these fucking abortion centers in your neighborhoods? Because they understand that we have sex, we have babies, we outnumber them. And you women, y'all running around out here, y'all just fall for it, man. Y'all the ones that fall for it the most, man. Y'all really just go for everything that this motherfucker say. But you know what? That's Eve and the serpent in the garden. Y'all will go line up. Y'all out here fighting. Y'all going and voting for motherfuckers to have you, that'll give you the rights to kill up our offspring, man. And to stop our nation from growing. If it was up to you women, it wouldn't be no niggas, man. It wouldn't be, for real, it wouldn't even, it wouldn't even be no 12 tribes at all. If it was up to you guys, because y'all will go right along with the so-called white man and go open up your legs and let this man perform that procedure on your ass. Saddening, bro. We got enough to, going on already. But see, like I said again, this type of shit right here, these are good for back to basic lessons. Because you can clearly see this is just a regular chick. Check her out. She's just a regular chick. You can see she at the house. She probably ain't even washed up today. None of that. She just sitting there like some regular old chick on the couch like a lot of women do.
Okay, stop. Stop.
See? You just regular old chick sitting at the house. Probably ate some goddamn Fruit Loops. All that money she got, she ain't using none of it to really eat healthy. None of that shit. Ain't no telling. Just regular old nigga. Different. You know what I'm saying? You could tell we all the same people. We got the same spirit. Anyway, I just wanted to touch on this for a hot second. I didn't even go into the comments, but you know how the comments go. This person says always thought she was black. See? Why? Because we have that spirit. We're not the same tribes, but we got the same spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. You wouldn't be able to tell her, was she with a nigga? Come on, bro. It says, I'm part Spanish with very little Mexican. See all that part shit? No, your seed line goes by your dad. There's no biracial. There's no multiracial. There's no mix. The so-called white man came up with all that shit. And those terms are not even that old. Biracial really hit the market and kind of took flight during the 1970s. This is not something somebody was calling somebody in the 1950s, 40s, or 30s. These are social constructs that the so-called white man came up with. This person goes on to say, when I was younger, I didn't know the differences and used to tell people that I was Mexican. And Mexicans used to tell me that I wasn't because I was too white. Big deal, who cares as long as I'm American? That's all. See, you're not American. How are you American? This continent hasn't always been called America. And a continent is not your nationality. And that's a lot of shit that don't be taught in these schools, man. Ethnicity has nothing to do with a continent nor a color, man. Your seed line goes through your father. Whatever your dad is, that's exactly what you are. Because the sperm that's actually swimming in the man's nutsack, those are actually children already. You see? He has sex with the woman. He lays that seed into that ground of her. Nutrients come from her, which is representation of ground. Then when the seed gets old enough, just like planting some damn cucumbers, no different. Now you got cucumbers. Baby comes out, it's exactly what the dad is, because he carries the seed. Simple, man. This person says she only pretends to make money off the community, but she will never say that she's black, and that is fine. Man, look, black is a color out of a crayon box. That shit is not a nationality. It is not an ethnicity. Social construct. No such thing as black people. No one's walking around out here looking like a goddamn car tire. I say it all the time. There's no such thing as white people. No one's running around out here looking like a glass of milk. There's different shades of red people and different shades of brown people on the earth, man. Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, came up with these social constructs. This person says, I'm Puerto Rican and cannot stand to be called Mexican. Why? Because not all Latinos are part of the United States like Puerto Rico is. See, this is all ignorance right here. Who do you think all this confusion came from? Babylon the Great. Good old so-called white man. And a lot of these so-called white people, they don't know who they are. They just running around, I'm white. How the fuck you white? You don't look like the clouds in the sky. You don't look like no snow. But the elite, trust me, they know who they are. They know they're Edomites. They know that you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, Latinos, they know that you're Israelites. They know that shit. And they spend a lot of money to keep you dumb as hell. And I'm not going to go too much further with this. This person answered that person saying, you're not Mexican, but you're Latino, like your neighbors. You're a cousin. You're down the street. You know what I'm saying. See? So you're almost there. You're not Mexican, but you speak Spanish. You speak the language, and I can understand everything you say. So it's basically almost there. See? That shit is stupid. You arguing about who you not, and y'all speak the same language. Which comes from who? Your conqueror. Come on, bro. This person says you should feel honored that people think she's Mexican, but her parents are Dominican. In all reality, she's Hispanic, so she shouldn't panic. Now, see, this is all. But hey, you know what? I'm gonna end there. This person says I'm a Cuban American. See, do you know how many times I've been called an Italian from New York, and when they hear me speak Spanish, they think I'm Mexican or Puerto Rican. See, this is all bullshit. You can clearly see. This is all designed by Esau Edom, the so-called white man. That's why when I was going up into that scripture that was talking about discord, let's go back. I think that was pretty much it on that. But let me get verse 19 again. It says, I'm going to get it in the KJV. A false witness that speaketh lies. And that's Esau. He speaks lies, man. He put the shit in the curriculum. He put the shit in his textbooks and shit in the schools. This motherfucker just lie about everything. It says, and he that soweth discord among brethren. Let's get this word discord. Discord is the easiest way to talk over voice. Okay, no, that's some type of damn chat system or some shit. Damn, you can't fucking shit, man. Just wanted to just get the meaning. Oh, here we go. Might be it right here. Yep, right here. Oh, this is a great one too. I think they updated this. A lack of agreement or harmony. See, he don't want you to have no agreement or harmony. He puts you against each other, and it separates the households. What do you think when he gave the so-called black woman and these women the ability to get Section 8 and get food stamps? That caused discord amongst the men and women of those families, because now what they used to have was a union. Now she's like, nah, fuck you, dude. I don't need you no more. I don't need you. I can do this all on my. I can do bad all by myself, is what she'll say. But she's living off the taxpayer's dollar, and now she's able to run men in and out of her house at will. That's why you got all these fucked up ass kids. You know what I'm saying? That's the reason why you got so much domestic violence. That's the reason why you got so much diseases. This is what the so-called white man has produced and caused with that discord. That's why the Lord hates it. This is one of the 7 things that the Lord detests, is causing discord among family members. You putting 2 brothers against each other. You pulling one to the side over here, and you telling him, oh man, that nigga, man, he, you better than him. You shouldn't be whatever. And then you pulling the other one to the side on the dolo, and you telling him shit. And well, don't tell him what I said. You know what I'm saying? But just watch that nigga. Now they both, and then next thing you know, they beefing. This is what Esau done caused throughout the earth, man. But now it's starting to hit them. That's when it becomes a problem, when it starts to hit them and their families. This is what you're seeing happening in the world. Esau used to be all, they be shit. Back in the days, man, the so-called white woman stepping out on the so-called white man. I mean, it happened, don't get me wrong. But like how it's happening today, she's treating that clown just like how the so-called black woman been treating us all along. Taking his ass to court. Using the children against his dumb ass. Taking half his shit. You see? So they never used to go through that back in the days. They used to have a one accord system where they knew for a fact, hey, look, we're winning. We're going to keep them niggas down. That's what we going to do. Keep them niggas down. We winning. And they had a perpetual hatred together against you Negroes. Now, that so-called white woman, she would get up on that clown, man, and she'll be in the hood dealing with a nigga, man, getting long stroke down. Anyway, it says a lack of agreement or harmony as between persons, things, or ideas. This is something by Winston Churchill. Must we fall into the jabber and babble of discord while victory is still unattained? Yep, They got another definition, or part B to the definition: active quarreling or conflict resulting from discord among persons or factions. Discord between two parties. Marital discord. See that? Marriage. This is what this man done. But he wasn't expecting it to happen to them. See? And that's pretty much about it, man. I'm gonna end out there. I just, I wanted to do something on it. It's, it's because the apostles have been going off for 2 lessons, as far as back to the basics, and this is a back to the basic type of lesson. It's a little bit of dark saying, a little bit, but it's simple too as well. You have to get and understand that we come from the 12 sons of Israel, man. Not all of us look alike. Not all of us speak the same language. But guess what? We're going to all be speaking Hebrew, man, in the kingdom. We're going to come back to our nationality. We're going to come back to our original looks. Now, what those looks look like, I don't know right off. You know what I'm saying? But we're going to have new bodies. And we're not going to be against each other. We're going to be a loving just a loving household once again. Like never seen, because we've never really actually had that in fullness. But we're going to be a loving household. And Esau's not going to ever be able to divide. He's not going to have time to divide and conquer shit, because he's going to be worked to the bone. We're going to work the shit out of his ass. Anyway, with that, I pray that the lesson was edifying. Kwame Yashala.